Meet Susan. This year she bought her first home in Tiny Town. Susan understands a bit about property taxes, but she still has some questions. Who sets the property tax rate? And how are the property tax rates calculated? The city's finance department calculates the property tax rates by creating an annual budget, which is subject to approval by City Council. Once total projected expenses are calculated, other revenues that the city receives, like provincial grants and fees from public services, are subtracted from those expenses. The remainder is to be covered by property taxes in order to balance the budget. How do I calculate my personal property taxes? The property taxes you personally pay on your home or business are based on the assessed value of your property provided by the BC Assessment Office. Each year, the city recalculates the tax rate for each type of property: residential, commercial, and some form of industrial, in order to make sure that it doesn't collect more than what's needed to balance the budget. Here is an example of how changes to assessed values can impact the property taxes you pay. Let's say the city of Tiny Town only has 3 homes, and each home is assessed at $100,000. The total taxes needed to balance the town's budget is $600. That means that the tax rate must be set at $600 divided by the total values of all properties, which equals 0.002. That means each property owner pays $100,000 times 0.002, which equals $200 each. Each property pays their share of taxes based on their assessed value. So what if your assessed values have changed? Let's say the next year, the assessed value for the same 3 homes has changed, and one is now worth $150,000, one is still worth $100,000, and the last is now worth $80,000. Tiny Town still needs $600 to balance the budget. So this means the city will need to calculate a new tax rate to match the changed value. Again, the city will divide the $600 needed by the total value of all properties, which equals a new property tax rate of 0.0018. So this means the city will need to calculate a new tax rate to match the changed value. This means that the first property owner, whose value went up, will pay $270. The homeowner, whose value stays the same at $100,000, will pay $180. And the homeowner, whose assessed value declined, will pay $150. If you have any issues with the assessment of your property, you can contact BC Assessments at 1-866-825-8322. This is a simple explanation of how your property taxes are calculated each year.